Hello everyone, it's Katie back again for another video, and today I'm doing a video all about the 1975 concert experience in Philadelphia. Now, I've seen the 1975 3 times, but this was the first time that I ever saw them, and I went to Philadelphia to see them, and I'm going to tell you about the experience. Let me just say, it was not a good experience. It was an awful experience, but it was worth it because the concert, the 1975 Live, was so amazing, and I love them. It's no hate against the band. Like, none of this is their fault. I love them to death, but this is just my experience, and like, prepare yourself. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and give it a thumbs up. Thanks. Okay, so I live about 4.5 hours away from Philadelphia. And so I was going with my friend and her sister, and so they had family in Philadelphia, so they stayed, they got there on Saturday, and the concert was on Sunday, and this was at the Mann Center, by the way. So they were there on Saturday, they slept the night, and then they got to the concert, like, outside of it at, like, 6 in the morning. So me and my dad and my sister woke up super early in the morning, and we left to Philadelphia, and it took us 4.5 hours. I think we got there at like 9 in the morning. So my friend had my ticket, so I went and sat with her, and we were gonna wait in line together. There's only like a couple people behind her, and we were just sitting on the grass, and everything was chill, like it was fine. So I was with my friend and her sister. My dad and my sister went, and they like went to a baseball game, and they did other things. So I was just with my friend and her sister, and it was really cold outside, but we were sitting there and everything was fine. Like, there was no issues. People had camped out overnight. There was a bunch of people in front of us. I'd say like 20 people in front of us. Like, it wasn't that bad. But then like 2 o'clock rolls around, and security decides it would be a great idea to smush us all on this, to have us pack up our stuff and smush us on the sidewalk. And so there's like a sidewalk, and then there's the grass, and everyone was on the grass, and they decided to smush us on the sidewalk, so everyone was super close. I was sitting like this, and at this point, people from the back that had just gotten there at like 1:30 started to inch their way up in the line. And so the people who had been there since 6 in the morning or slept overnight are obviously getting super angry. So we're sitting there like, what the heck? Like, this has got to stop. And then more people come up, and a group sits on the grass, like where the first people in line were at first, and they're sitting there, and they're trying to like slowly inch their way up to hopefully get into the line when it's time to go. So people in front of us in line are about to throw some hands at these people, and there's an argument going on, and they're trying to like get into the line, and the security tried to help, but it wasn't helping. It was making everything worse. They would come around and be like, have you been here since 6? Like, have you? And they'd go around, but nothing would happen. Like, they wouldn't do anything. Meanwhile, more and more people are coming up behind us to try to inch their way up to the front. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, security, let's do something about this. At like 3 o'clock, security had everyone stand up where the sidewalk was, but everyone stand up and stay there. And more people are coming up. We didn't have a number system or wristbands or any of that, because like it was so disorganized, but I wish we did so bad. So it was like 3 o'clock, we stood up, and then at like 3:30, let's say, they shoved us out onto the grass. So we were originally on the sidewalk, so they like shoved us, and they had us move over to be on the edge of the grass, and we're all in this huge clump. And of course, everyone starts running up and getting in front of us, and I'm like, what the heck? Because now there's this sidewalk on this side that's open, and people from the back are running through the sidewalk, and then they're like clinging on into this huge group. So originally there was like 20 people in front of us, and now there's like 40 people, and security doesn't know what they're doing. We're telling them like they need to do something, and they're like, whatever, like shut up, like we got this. So this is one of my biggest pet peeves. People who got there at like 1 or 2 or 3 are in front of us. Like, it wasn't the whole line that went in front of us. It was just like a group of good like 20 people, and it was just so annoying. And then at like 4, they had the bright idea to squish us together in a single file line. So they were like, single file, single file. We're like, we cannot. So I'm squished up like this. It's 4 o'clock. We have 2.5 hours until we're allowed to go in. The doors open at 6:30. It's 4 o'clock. We're squished. We're standing in single file line before the gates. I'm like, honey, what are you doing? So I was about to freak out. I was super claustrophobic. I'm squished in this line. There was these people who cut us and we'd been waiting forever in the cold. It was not a good experience. And then 6:30 rolls around and then 6:40 and of course they're late. But they decide it's time. So they kind of open the gate just a little bit, like this much, like one person can fit through these gates, and then you make your way to like the different lines to get your ticket scanned, you know. At the same time as we're starting to go through, people at the end of the line are sprinting up to try to get into the front of the line. We're like, heck to the no. So we're trying to get through, and of course if you at least like try to like move a little bit, the security's like, no pushing, like no pushing. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to security. I know their job is hard, and I know like controlling all these people is a difficult task, but like they're security, like they should step up their game. So people are going through, getting to tickets, we're getting up, but of course every like certain amount of people, they stop it, and so we're just left like this. And then we try to get through, but they'd give it to people who weren't there, who were there after us. Like they go to someone else on another side and another side, and I'm like, get the people in the middle, because these are the people who have been here. So we finally get in, we're in line, and we wait a while, and then finally we start getting our ticket scanned. And we go through, I go through, my friend goes through, and then my friend's sister's ticket won't scan. And she's sitting there for a good 20 seconds, like 30 seconds maybe, she's sitting there just trying to get her ticket scanned. And me and my friend are waiting, and we're like, oh my god, come on, let's go, because like we have to like get up, because in order to get to the stage, because at the Man Center there's a central stage and then there's like the backstage, and they're performing at the backstage, so you have to go up like multiple flights of stairs, you have to go up a hill, and you have to get to the place. So we were like, we need to go. But after a while it worked, and we were like, okay. So we started going up, and there's people there, so if you run then they'll send you back. So we were just like speed walking, trying to get up there. We get up there, it's good. We're in second row, which is very good considering all the people that cut in front of us. So yeah, we're second row, it's chill. We met up with the people that we met in line that we were like hanging out with. They were right next to us. It was like 10 out of 10. Let me just say, I was scared to go to a 1975 General Admission concert before this, because people had so many problems with like panic attacks and stuff, but I was brave and I did it. But it helped that this stage was outside, so it wasn't like you're just like in this tight room, you know. So we're waiting for the opening acts, and of course there's 2 acts before the 1975, so it just gets worse and worse and worse. By the time the 1975's on, it's like super pushy and super tight. But we're waiting there. There are 2 great opening acts. I believe it was Wolf Alice and the Japanese House, which is super good. And so as they're playing, it's slowly getting tighter and people are pushing, and when people push on me, I'll like push back. There are these girls behind me that are all like, they won't shut up talking, they're super sweaty, like it's just not a good environment. But I was like, we can do this, let's go. So I'm kind of slowly getting behind my friend and her sister, and of course it starts to rain, which is just wonderful. So we're sitting there and it's raining, and I'm like, this just could not get any better. But the 1975 come on, and the pushing gets awful. Like the worst pushing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Like obviously there's gonna be a little pushing up, but this was like full on, like people were like forcing themselves, which I hate pushing. Why do people push? Like it's gonna get you an inch closer to the stage. Like why are you pushing everything? Like calm down. But the pushing gets super bad. I'm kind of now in like the 4th row. My friends are kind of up there, and there's this dad in front of me with earplugs. Like if you're gonna bring your dog to a concert, do not stand at the front, because I can't see, first of all. Second of all, it's just like he was standing like this and he was getting annoyed at people dancing around him, which like just like stop. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of heated in this video, but like just thinking about this experience just kind of like, I don't, but the 1975 come on, they're amazing. It's such a nice show, and I think it's like the 2nd song where my friend's sister has a panic attack and she can't breathe and she needs to get out. So I'm kind of back further than them, so I'm like a couple rows back. So they my friend like motioned to me like, panic attack, like I'm going. So they left. The second they left, oh my god, people do this giant push right in the center of the stage. All I hear is I get pushed to the side, and Maddie Healy on stage stops a song. he stops in the middle of a song and is like, whoa, 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 guys. Basically what happened is people pushed so hard that everyone fell, and this, like, in the middle was this huge open space because everyone just collapsed to the ground. People were crying, people got hurt. It was just like, and I like got pushed to the side, and I heard Maddie stop in the middle of the song. He was like, whoa guys, like we need to be nice, like stop pushing. So yeah, a ton of people had to go out, and then I was pushed back to like, I'd say like the 8th or like the 10th row. Like I was now quite back, and there's people in front of me who were super tall, and I couldn't really see much. And I was like, are you kidding me? After Maddie said that, the pushing kind of slowed down and there wasn't really as much pushing. I was just kind of like crammed, and my friends were like in the back and everything, and I was just like... So I stayed where I was for most of the concert, and then when there was, I'd say like 5 songs left, I decided to make my way out of the crowd and go back and find my friend and her sister so we can enjoy the rest of the concert together. So they were in the very back. It took me a while to find them. Also, when you're trying to get out of the crowd, people are really mean. They're like, but I got out of the crowd and I went, and on my way there, I actually saw the girls who we made friends with earlier just standing in the back, just sobbing because they must have had panic attacks or fallen or something. Like, it was so bad. Yeah, so I met up with them in the back, and we just enjoyed the rest of the concert together from a distance, but it was still awesome. So yeah, that was the 1975 Philadelphia experience at the Mann Center. It was a really bad experience. I hope I never have to experience it again. The last 2 shows I've been to were not as near as bad as that show. That was just a really bad experience, but it was definitely worth it. Like, I'm still glad I went because the show was amazing, and the 1975 are the most amazing band in the world. But like, it was tough. So yes, that was my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe below. Like, it would help me out so much. I'm kind of struggling with the subscriber count right now, but it's fine. Yeah, subscribe to my channel for 3 videos every week. I do videos about fashion, beauty, music, lifestyle. I also have a blog with all the same categories which you should check out. And yeah, see you later. Peace.